Day 4 of the Steam sale, and of course everyone loved the whole, hey look, Dave's talking really fast and isn't actually talking a lot of bollocks thing. So I thought I'd do that again as it was such a big hit. Hopefully this one will go as well as the other one, although I know it isn't going to already without even getting that far in the video yet. But you never know. Let's get a move on. So, Worms Reloaded is of course on sale, and the Worms Reloaded pack comes with DLC of forts and puzzles and all kinds of crazy crap. The Worms Reloaded game for me is one of those things of, if I really wanted to play a Worms game, I'd go and play goddamn Armageddon. But the Worms Reloaded pack is a good pack. Worms is a staple game. It's there. Everyone knows what Worms is. If you're after some fun with friends or you're just after some random chaos, Worms is a great way to spend your time. It's a fun game. The customization in it is better than any of the other ones that there's been so far. Some of the maps are a little bit crappy, and some of the map generation seed is a little bit crappy, in my opinion. However, the game is still brilliant. I really love just jumping into worms with a few friends and of course blowing the crap out of each other, and you can even name your worms ridiculous things, so it feels even better when you shoot Fluke in the face with a shotgun, or, you know, get knocked off of an ledge with a baseball bat, which is really typical of me. Moving on from there, we have an RPG, although why RPGs are in the sale, I don't even know. Everyone's going to be playing Skyrim, but if you're after another great, huge, massive time sink, Witcher is on sale. Not just Witcher 2, but Witcher 1. Witcher 2 is, of course, heavy on your graphics, and it looks beautiful for it. There are PCs out there that still can't run this on full graphics, many of them, because it's just so deep in graphic content. It's huge. You can stare over cliffs and your PC will explode. Of course, Geralt is back in Witcher 2, and the game is a lot smoother in Witcher 2 than it is in Witcher 1. You can carry your save across if you really want to. Witcher 2 features a better combat system. The game is just better in every way, in my opinion, and if you are after an RPG time sink, if you're bored with Skyrim already, what's wrong with you, first? But second, Witcher 2 may be a game that you want to pick up. Of course, if you're that heavily into your RPGs, Witcher 2 will have already been picked up by you, so eh. Now, moving on from there, we have a game that, in my opinion, suffers from a big disappointment factor. Rage is a fantastic game that sees you in a post-apocalyptic future where a meteorite crashed to Earth, and after being in space and having this Fallout-esque beginning, the game actually hits you really hard and fast with some beautiful things. The graphics are awesome in certain places, the gameplay is brilliant, the game is fantastic and wonderful, and is a really good combination of games like Fallout and Doom and Borderlands and all those kind of things thrown into one and kind of mixed together. It's brilliant. However, it suffers from one huge, great big problem. If you're going into this game, be aware that this game suffers from Prey syndrome and Borderlands syndrome. What I mean by that is, the ending of this game is a huge disappointment. It is a real big letdown, and you're going to invest all this time into this game, and then you may be disappointed by the ending, so just prepare yourself for it if you are going to pick Rage up. Polynomial is a game that I don't understand. I'll be quite frank in that one. I have no idea what the hell I was doing, apart from shooting things that looked like evil Pac-Man in the face. The game is a very interesting space-style shooter that actually enables you to play it like a proper flight sim if you so desire. It's powered by music and has all these trippy settings, and honestly, I don't know how to explain this game. All I can say is, it was great fun, but it's one of those things that I don't really see anyone spending a huge amount of time in. It's one of those kind of things that you'll pick up and you'll fly around in it and go, ooh, everything is really pretty, and it's all powered by the music in the game, so it changes when it gets all fast-paced and everything, but honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I spent a good hour in this game earlier, and I had no clue at all. I just kind of flew around and shot Pac-Man and then got taken to court by Mrs. Pac-Man. It was kind of fun, but a little confusing at the same time. Now, a game that I've always loved and wanted to spend more time in is the Overlord game, because it's essentially how to be a dick simulator. And the humor and just the gameplay in the Overlord games is really good to some people, but really horrid to some others. Now, the beginning of Overlord 2 is a fantastic beginning to any game. You're essentially a small child that destroys snowmen and uses his minions to abuse the other children in the village because they were mean to you. Which, if there's not a better way to be a dick in a video game, then I don't know. That's a fantastic start to the game, and of course with your minions wearing the stuff that they find along the way, they'll pick up snowman heads and pants and buckets and whatnot. The Overlord games, if you're after a game that is all about the humor and the minion controls and kind of style system, this game is brilliant. You send your minions off, it's a great story in the game. The building up your army, building yourself up, taking over the castle and everything is fantastic. And I ran out of time. So moving on from there, we have Limbo, and I apologize right now for the giant spider that's coming in from the side of your screen. Really sorry about that one, but it was so hilarious to watch this scene. Limbo is a bizarre game. It's completely black and white, and the plot of Limbo is your sister goes missing, you go looking for her in Limbo. That's it. That's all you know about the game. And it's brilliant. The game is simplistic in what it does, and it's so vicious, it's cruel, and it's unforgiving, but it's so brilliant as well. I spent a good amount of time today playing this so that I could actually talk for it for a solid 60 seconds, and my only logic when coming out of this was, I want to spend more time in it. It's so artsy and wonderful and brilliant that I just want to get lost in this world and just see how much crueler it's going to be to me. And also I really loved the fact that I got tied up by a giant spider and then went bouncing along in cobwebs and kept falling in holes. It also took me about 10 minutes to figure out how to use a trap earlier in the game, and also I kept pulling traps into me, which then killed me. Moving on from there, we have a game that unfortunately is a bit of a disappointment. Kane and Lynch 2 is on sale, and so is Kane and Lynch. These games on the PC are horrid. I bought it on the PC and so did Fluke, because the idea was we'll play it together. It wasn't optimized enough for us to run it even on our PCs, and then we had to buy it on the Xbox. The only reason you would buy this game, or Kane the original, is to play it with your friends. That's all. There is no other reason to get it apart from playing it with your friends, and even then you might as well just get something that's better. Co-op is what holds this game up, and there are better co-op games to have. If you're after something cheap that's co-op because you've run out of other stuff with your friends, maybe you can go for this, but apart from that, there's not really any other reason to pick it up. The Fragile Alliance mode is great fun if you like being a dick, or if you like making people think you're going to be a dick. The story is okay, but it's nothing fantastic. The game has too many faults and is too short. Really, the only reason to get this is co-op, and even then, there's better. Now, the entire Tom Clancy franchise is on sale in a huge pack that's like £36. And this features amazing games such as Rainbow Six and Rainbow Six 2 and Advanced Warfighter. There are some bad eggs in there as well, like Hawks and End War, maybe if it's not your kind of thing. Some people loved it, some people absolutely hated it. But the Splinter Cell games are what really holds this together in my opinion. However, remember, there is bad Splinter Cell games. I believe it's Double Agent is the bad one. However, I honestly can't remember. I'll be truthful about that, but there is one bad Splinter Cell game. Now, the Splinter Cell games in general are brilliant, and Sam Fisher is a fantastic character, and as you're about to see, that guy's about to get his head really, really, really hurt. However, the thing about the Splinter Cell games is you really have to enjoy the stealth games, because remember, they are stealth games at heart, and sometimes that can be really
Yoink! Took you 9 months to get it. I think I'll cover Civ 5. Right, what have we got? Removal of the stack of doom. You can't just walk across the map with one of every different kind of military unit anymore. Oh, boo-hoo. Lots of people have gotten a bit upset about that, but I think it's the best thing they've ever done. You've now actually got to use the terrain bonuses, use the expensive military units cleverly in sensible tactics, arrange them in a sensible pattern, not just stack everything up. Cities can defend themselves now, they don't have to have a unit in them, which makes cities a lot stronger. The tactics come into play an awful lot more. You've got city-states you come up against as well. Single little city civilizations that can't expand the number of cities they cover, just the ground that they cover and any resources they may have. They'll trade them with you if you get friendly with them. They've added social policies to deal with how the social structure of your civilization grows up, and they've changed some of the research tree around. A lot more interesting.
I apologise for the technical difficulty that was someone else grabbing the video there for a second. However, we're back, and of course this isn't Cities XL. No, Cities XL refused to work for me, refused to allow me into the menu to actually turn down the volume, and caused me to nearly break my keyboard. So in all fairness, Cities XL can go and itself. Cities XL was not going to be recommended by me today anyway. Cities XL 2012 is quite a bad game. The graphics aren't that fantastic, the game has massive flaws, and also at this point in time, Anno 2070 is out. If you want a better game, go get Anno 2070. It's going to cost you a bit more, but trust me, you will sink hundreds of hours into that game if this is your kind of thing. If you want something that's cheaper, that's still in the city building range, of course, go get SimCity. SimCity is the be-all and end-all. It made this what it is, and Cities XL is a poor man's version of it, if I'm totally, utterly honest. Moving on from there, the F.E.A.R franchise is on sale. One of my favourite franchises ever made is on sale, and it's such a bargain, but F.E.A.R 1 is a fantastic game. The expansions are a bit weaker, and it's starting to suffer graphically now because time's moved on and it's not looking as fantastic as it used to. F.E.A.R 2 is still a fairly decent game, but it's a bit different. The way the shocks work in the game is hugely different to the original F.E.A.R. F.E.A.R 3 is a massive letdown in my opinion, and so many others. F.E.A.R 3 is a good game. At heart, it tries well, but it doesn't deliver. The only reason to get F.E.A.R 3 really would be for co-op and for the extra modes like Run, which is a fantastic mode, and as you can see it here. Of course, playing this with friends is brilliant. The co-op in the game isn't that bad because you get to dick each other over if you really want to, but if you're getting this game for single player, just wait until it's even cheaper than it already is. And of course, tying up the video today would be Payday the Heist. Payday the Heist is essentially what a co-op game would look like if it was held in a bank and you decided to just kind of steal everything. The graphics aren't that fantastic, the game itself isn't that fantastic, but it's an enjoyable co-op experience. Imagine kind of Left 4 Dead, but in a bank, is essentially the best way that I can sum it up, except without the zombies and with more dickery. There seems to be a lot of dickery in today's games. But Payday the Heist is an alright game. The 4-pack only gives you 1 copy free. As you've noticed, some of the other 4-packs so far have given you 2 copies free. This one only gives you 1. The 4-pack, instead of being £7, will of course be £22. You get 1 free copy. If you're after something to play with your friends, pick this up, but don't expect it to give you too much time. It's the kind of thing that you may play on and off, but it's not something that's going to be the new co-op game that you guys play. Also, ow, falling hurts your legs. So with all of that being done and said and done, the only thing to do is draw names out of a virtual hat. And of course, we have 201 names today. If your name is not on this list, then the only people that you have to blame is yourself and maybe your parents. I'm not sure why, maybe they just hate you or you disappoint them. So if your name isn't in the vent section, then you've got to yell at someone, and if your name isn't in the other section, then not my fault. Monkey hands, etc. Right, let's go ahead and draw some winners out of this thing and get it rolling. 194! 194 would be one of the new guys. No, 194 would be Danny on vent. Brilliant. Of all the people I wanted to give something to, Danny would not have been in the list of top 201 people. But there you go. Danny wins something. Right, let's keep moving. 82. If 82 is Danny on the other list, I'm going to punch someone. No, Danny 2... Danny 2? No, 82. 82 would be Norlun, who I'm not sure who he is, but congratulations, Norlun. You won something. Excellent, there you go. Free stuff. How cool is that? And we'll draw a number 23. 23, I believe, is a tag. 23 is Blackadder. Really? So I'm giving prizes today to Blackadder and Danny. Of all the people... Oh, and Norlun. Norlun, I don't have any kind of contempt or hatred for. Blackadder... I could happily just see him fall in a hole, and Danny, I could easily see him shot into the sun and conveniently landing in a hole. There you go. So, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope you've tried to not abuse your wallet too much, and I'm pretty sure that Fluke has just died from my insulting of people, so I should go check on him. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you for the final video tomorrow for the sale, which will probably be a roundup video, and of course Batman on second thought should come out tomorrow. It may come out Monday. I've been so busy doing these videos that I've not really had enough time to sink into it, in my opinion. But until then, take it easy, and I will catch you later. Peace!